Zoroastrian Horoscope for 2024. Horoscope by year of birth. The Zoroastrian astrological system is the ancestor of all subsequent movements and directions in astrology. It is based on the fact that the calendar cycle of 32 years is associated with animal patrons. Accordingly, in the Zoroastrian calendar there are not 12 totems, as, for example, in the Eastern one, but 32. Each year has its own totem animal. It was believed that each of the totems exerts its influence on the fate and character of a person, depending on the year of birth and his patron. In addition, each of them has its own antitotem, which can impose a negative influence or temptation, which a person must fight throughout his life. It is believed that if a person actively demonstrates the qualities of the totem in the year of which he was born, then he will move through life confidently and easily, achieving success and avoiding failures. In the Zoroastrian calendar, the year begins on March 21st, when the sun passes 0 degrees of Aries. Therefore, it is believed that people born at the very beginning of the year, before March 20th, carry the signs of 2 totems at once, the year of the previous and the following. So let's find out what awaits you according to this ancient horoscope. Just to get started, write the year of your birth and subscribe. And we begin. Swan, 1960, 1992, 2024. This year will be prosperous if you behave actively and honestly. Problems cannot be ignored, they must be solved quickly. The Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 promises harmonious family relationships for Swan. The main thing is that your values and your spouse converge. Single people have a high probability of a fateful meeting that will take place at a celebration. For those who are busy doing what they love, don't worry about finances. There is an opportunity to take a high position and sign lucrative contracts. But it is advisable to turn projects into reality in 2025. Deer, 1942, 1974, 2006. In order to confidently and calmly survive the year of the Swan, you need to establish good relationships with loved ones. Remember that together you are strong. The deer needs to work collectively, not alone. Personal life will be difficult. It is possible that you will learn something that can separate you from your partner. But if you both pass the tests, then fate will generously reward you. The union will become stronger and more harmonious. Follow honest paths to achieve your financial goals. Then you will be able to save your accumulated funds and get rich. Ram, 1939, 1971, 2003. Baran has a busy but eventful year. The main thing is to set realistic goals and adhere to traditional methods of achieving them. The Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 advises to group and fight back against troubles in a timely manner. Be stronger spiritually and kinder to people. Then relationships with them will strengthen, and joint plans will come to fruition. The year of the Swan is suitable for concluding an alliance. Only collective work will bring profit and help move forward. Disagreements and conflicts with colleagues are possible. Mongoose, 1940, 1972, 2004. The mongoose needs to fulfill all the promises it makes to people. By the way, also try to implement your plans and goals without delay. Compassion and generosity are the main qualities in the year of the Swan. In family relationships, problems are not expected if you and your spouse look in the same direction. Someone who is lonely can reconnect with a former lover. Mid and late summer, December, is suitable for planning pregnancy. If you set and implement financial goals from May to early autumn, they will strengthen your budget for a long time. Wolf, 1941, 1973, 2005. Only teamwork will help the wolf find balance under his feet. No solo sailing, otherwise, any rise can lead to a fall. Be careful when making decisions. Take the current events more calmly, advises the Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024. Your relationship with your loved one will be undermined by your craving for novelty and flirting on the side. The end of summer is the perfect time to meet. Career issues will be complicated by your insecurities. You can plan your business, but postpone the paperwork until spring 2025. Stork, 1942, 1974, 2006. The year of the swan will depend on how the stork lived the past 2 years. If all the tests were successful and you remain true to yourself, then do not be afraid of anything. The difficulties that arise along the way will give you strength and help you get ahead. Avoid lies, deceit and intrigue. Singles will meet a person in whom they will truly disappear. Try to get to know him better and don't make hasty conclusions. Well, if you decide to get married, then choose the end of summer and September. There is competition in work and career. The financial situation is stable. Spider, 1943, 1975, 2007. Spider has an ambiguous year. There will be both joyful and unpleasant situations. The main thing is to behave with dignity, then you will not fall into a web of intrigue and deception. The Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 predicts problems in relationships with your chosen one. Jealousy and nagging are possible, so only patience will help preserve the union. Fortune will smile on lonely people. Love will be true if your views and goals with your partner are the same. To succeed in career matters, trust only those you know well. Expect profits at the end of spring. Snake, 1944, 1976, 2008. A successful year awaits the snake. Most of his wishes will come true. But there will be many temptations, so control your behavior. This applies to those who walk frivolously through life. Learn to appreciate what gives you strength and inspiration. Do not reject the support of loved ones. Fill yourself with spiritual food. The year of the swan is suitable for family troubles, repairs, change of residence and construction. A relationship with a new partner can become frustrating or depressing over time. Material well-being will come to those who maintain their moral character. Beaver, 1945, 1977, 2009. The beaver is guaranteed a great year if he doesn't mark time, develops and supports his loved ones. You will become stronger spiritually and stand firmly on your feet, the Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 promises. No conflicts are expected if you have previously passed the tests of fate with dignity. Family relationships will strengthen, and single people will meet a loved one. Summer is suitable for a wedding. Luck will smile on hard-working individuals, so don't worry about money. They will be enough to implement personal plans. Turtle, 1946, 1978, 2010. The events of the year will change with the speed of the wind. This means it will be difficult for the turtles to keep up with them. Still, try not to miss the most important things in life and work. In the personal sphere, everything will work out fine if the values and prioritization with your partner are similar. Listen to what your loved one says and feels. Relations with colleagues are at a decent level, disagreements and intrigues can be avoided. In October, your selfish plans may be revealed. It is better not to stoop to deception and adventures. Magpie, 1947, 1979, 2011. The year of the swan will be full of challenges and negative moments. But you can overcome everything if you engage in spiritual growth. Start your life with a clean slate. Look at yourself from the outside. Loved ones will provide great support in difficult moments, predicts the Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024. But don't forget to help them. Lonely people need to pay attention to those who are spiritually close to them. Professional success will come to persistent and compromising people. Thrifty and practical magpies will be able to save their budget. Squirrel, 1948, 1980, 2012. Squirrel needs to prioritize differently this year. Neither money, nor status in society, nor profitable connections will bring such happiness as spiritual comfort. Well, there is only one way to achieve it: to look into yourself and correct the disadvantages of your character into advantages. In love relationships, Changes can occur, unfortunately, not for the better. Cheating on the part of a partner or another bad act will force you to make a choice. Forgive or break up, you decide. A good year for getting another job and starting a business. Crow, 1949, 1981, 2013. Raven in the year of the Swan needs to be mobile and energetic to get what he wants. You will have to work in different ways, in a team and alone. So group your forces and move forward. In difficult situations, enlist the support of relatives and friends. The Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 recommends. A love affair will begin in the spring. The relationship will be long and sincere. Feel free to implement everything new and large-scale from March. This is especially true for creative ideas. An excellent financial situation will fill you with confidence, but don't put money as a priority. Rooster, 1950, 1982, 2014. Finally, pleasant changes will occur in the rooster's life. Just don't relax too much. You will have to work a lot in the year of the Swan. First of all, complete the things you started earlier. Do not strive only for financial benefits. Enrich yourself spiritually. Family people need to devote more time to children. Singles will fall in love and form strong relationships. There will be prerequisites for career growth, but first finish old projects. It is better to refuse expensive purchases. Taur, Bull, 1951, 1983, 2015. Receiving awards for personal achievements is always pleasant and honorable. In the year of the Swan, you will truly find yourself in a place of honor and with an armful of compliments addressed to you. Don't focus on fame and money. If something is more important in life, spiritual food, it resembles the Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024. Relationships with a loved one can be overshadowed by differences in views and goals. If you don't find a common language, then separation is possible. Be as diligent and meticulous as possible in your work. Miss the little things, you won't get anything. In material terms too. Badger, 1952, 1984, 2016. What they deserved is what they got. That could apply to you, Badgers. The Swan will be quite lenient towards those who have worked hard and do not ignore difficult tasks. Family people will argue a lot on various issues, but if you find a compromise, the relationship will continue in a positive way. From late spring to June, singles can meet an interesting person. Professional and financial success awaits those who conflict less and are more involved in their direct responsibilities. A good year to look for a new job. Camel, 1953, 1985, 2017. A good year awaits the camel if in difficult life situations he did not give up and did not slow down. Now get everything you dreamed of. Don't forget about morals and spiritual food. The Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 promises family people numerous trips to nature, going out into the world and organizing various events. Against the backdrop of common interests, two people will come together, you and your new admirer. Summer is the ideal time to get married. Those who work honestly and professionally will boast financial stability. Hedgehog, 1954, 1986, 2018. A great year for Hedgehog, who is not afraid to take on something new and large-scale. Choose from projects, profitable enterprises and training programs. Just don't put financial benefits first. After all, in the process of achieving goals, the main thing is not to lose your moral character. Singles in the year of the Swan will meet a person with whom they will go through life. Family people can plan to build a summer house and major renovations. Everything is fine at work if it suits you. If not, then look for something new and more interesting. Doe, 1955, 1987, 2019. If Lan proves himself to be a gentle, decent and sincere person, then success and recognition in all areas is inevitable. Let the world know about your talents, do not hide them within yourself, advises the Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024. Relationships with relatives will depend on how quickly you solve common problems. If the quarrel between you drags on for a long time, it will not be easy to resolve the conflict. Try to get rid of him before August. Implement fresh ideas without delay. They will have a beneficial effect on your career and finances. Elephant. 1956, 1988, 2020. A successful year awaits the elephant, who will be able to avoid serious problems. Although, some troubles will still make you worry and gather your willpower. Fate will present you with a choice. Be patient. A good period for those who decide to get married. Families are experiencing significant changes, the arrival of a baby, new housing or renovations. Singles will be lucky enough to meet the person in June. Hard-working elephants will go up the career ladder. It is better to change your field of activity at the end of spring. Horse. 1957, 1989, 2021. Collective work will undeniably lead to the success of the horse, especially if there are specific goals and a clear implementation plan. The Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 predicts for married people a new round in their relationship with their spouse. Everything depends on you and your wisdom. Don't miss opportunities to refresh and strengthen your union. In the spring, single people will start a romantic acquaintance. This will be a partner who completely shares your views on life. In the work sphere, you will be able to correct past mistakes and gain financial stability. Cheetah. 1958, 1990, 2022. Cheetah, who puts pure thoughts, hard work and sincerity in relationships with people, will definitely be lucky. Whatever you strive for will come to you quickly. In your personal life, everything will work out well if spiritual closeness and mutual respect are in the foreground, and not mercantile interests. The year of the swan will be a start for you in career matters, but you will have to work a lot and diligently. Finish past projects to stabilize your financial situation. Don't count on easy money. Peacock. 1959, 1991, 2023. A year of results and receiving bonuses. If Peacock was not lazy before, now he can rest on his laurels. True, not always, because new projects are a priority. There are plenty of opportunities to succeed if you engage in spiritual development, warns the Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024. In the spring, single people will fall in love, for real and for a long time. Married people will have to change a lot to strengthen their marriage. Your financial situation will be a reflection of your past work. Lynx. Nightingale. 1961, 1993. A good year for those who act according to their conscience and do not deceive other people and themselves. An honest approach to everything is your key to success. Past work will be rewarded according to merit. Accumulate strength for a new breakthrough in your career and personal life. You will have to solve everyday problems in the family, but your diligence in these matters will make your relationship with your spouse stronger. In a career, the main thing is to restrain your emotions. Don't rush to conclusions, think about every step 100 times. If you mobilize in time, you will gain a solid financial platform. Donkey. 1962, 1994. From the beginning of spring, the donkey will understand that the difficult stage of life is over. You can relax a little and plan something new. But to achieve personal and professional goals, you need to be on a team and enlist the support of loved ones, the Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 clarifies. A favorable period for lovers who decide to register a relationship. Married people will have disagreements with their spouse if the conflicts have not been resolved before. Communication with colleagues is at a decent level, you get along well and understand each other. Polar Bear. 1963, 1995. The year of the swan is suitable for studying, mastering a new profession and honing your skills. Don't miss any of this, then you'll get everything you expected. Married people do not need to fear for their marriage. It is strong and harmonious. If it is built on mutual respect and common values. Young families should think about having a child. A good period for the polar bear, who is focused on large projects. But the priority should be the realization of the goal and its role in the lives of others, and not financial enrichment. Eagle. 1932, 1964, 1996. This year, Eagle will be able to work successfully and have a pleasant rest. You will be able to combine these different areas of life in an amazing way. Accumulate positive energy and become spiritually enlightened, the Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 recommends. All this will be useful in solving personal problems. If you have a family, then focus on children, their upbringing, entertainment and study. Single people will start a love affair in May. No dramatic changes are expected in your career. Everything will be smooth and as usual. To avoid theft, keep your wallet and cards with you. Fox. 1933, 1965, 1997. In the year of the Swan, you need to be extremely careful, avoid adventurous ventures. The fox needs not only to act, but also to think honestly. Otherwise, you can easily find yourself in a trap and pay dearly. A good period for marriage if you sincerely love each other and have already discussed this topic. In June, single people will meet a new partner at a concert or theater. Sign up for courses, attend seminars. Everything that improves your professional level is in the foreground. Dolphin. 1966, 1998. In April, the dolphin will feel that life is returning to a smooth and comfortable course. An excellent period for learning, putting experience into practice and signing contracts. The Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 advises strengthening relationships with your loved one. Especially if you have been together for a long time and have passed more than one test of the strength of marriage. The business area will depend entirely on how well you have resolved past problems. Naturally, your financial situation will become an echo of your business actions. Boar. 1967, 1999. This year the boar will face a series of difficult trials. But if you go through them confidently and with your head held high, you won't even be left with memories of troubles. You will be able to take on something new and promising. Look at your relationship with your spouse from a different perspective. Try to change it for the better. Singles in the year of the Swan will meet a loved one in June. With the same close gaze, look at the business you have been doing for many years. It may be time for you to look for something more interesting and financially profitable. Owl. 1968, 2000. A favorable year for the owl, who is not modest in showing his talents. The main thing is to find support from outside and develop spiritually. The Zoroastrian horoscope for 2024 promises a difficult stage in your relationship with your spouse. But if your values coincide, then the marriage will remain in the same harmonious position. Lonely people need to take a closer look at the person they are friends with. Maybe he is your destiny. The financial situation is excellent. In career matters, you are a professional if you learn and expand your capabilities. Falcon. 1969, 2001. Falcon needs to focus on past achievements. This will have a positive effect on decision-making in the year of the Swan. The more firmly you stand on your feet, the fewer mistakes you will make. Keep in mind that you can lose a lot if you turn a blind eye to little things and your own mistakes. The family boat will not break if you and your spouse love each other. People in love can plan a wedding, the marriage will be happy. In the business sphere, it is not advisable to take on new projects. Better finish old tasks.